we talked about what are the important attributes of a good salesman. Right. So today I was thinking about to talk about something on a similar lines. If you're going to apply for a job today in the industry, uh, do you have the required skill sets? Or maybe if I say in other words, what are the skill sets the companies are requiring in today's situation? Right. So what I did for that, I went on a Google and tried to search for the sales job which are available. I searched for sales jobs and I could see certain jobs are being shown to me from Google. I'm not going to any particular companies, but if you browse Google, just type sales job and press enter, you would be seeing some job listings being shown by Google on your screen. Right. So let's go and look at all these job and try to analyze the job description, and we will try to see if you are supposed to apply for those jobs, do you have the required skill sets or not? And also it will help us in understanding with respect to a job which is related to sales, how people are expecting and what people are expecting to have as a skill set. Go on Google and search for jobs and you will find certain jobs being listed or shown by Google. So let's look at all these jobs one by one and try to see what is that they are looking for. So the first job which I go to see is the position for the manager sales into Gene Technologies in Bangalore. Now what they say, we are looking for kick as enterprise sales manager to lead our sales team in Bangalore. The person would directly report to the chief business officer and would be handling a team of business development associates, lead generation specialists, and digital marketing executives. Very, very interesting job role. Very interesting. In short, he or she should be responsible for every dollar which comes into the company. There is a fantastic career defining opportunity filled with variety, challenges, and autonomy. Now, what is this is the overall description. Now, what is the responsibilities they expect from this job is build and lead a team of sales executives. This is great. So, if you have been into a sales job and you have been doing a job as an individual contributor or working as a team, then your team experience is certainly going to be helpful for you here in this case. Second thing, what they expect you to know is go and do the lead generation. This is something of very, very important thing. Right? So you as a sales manager, you should be knowing how you are going to generate the leads. So we will be talking about this thing in a while. Then the other responsibilities which includes the pre-sales and digital marketing executive. So you as a person, you are going to manage the lead generation team, you are going to manage a pre-sales team, you are going to manage digital marketing executive teams. Onboard and mentor new team members as the team continues to expand. That's good. Design and set up processes for these teams, deliver growth target, geography, customer segment, product, collaborate with team members. Good. All right. So in this entire job role, when I look at the core area or the core responsibilities, what you would be handling apart, I'm just keeping with the team for a moment away from this job role. I'm thinking that if you're going to work in the company and you're also going to carry certain targets as an individual contributor, then in that case you should be knowing how to generate leads, right? So let's look at this company one more time. So what they say, so this is an Intune technology, this is the technology company, and you are looking for enterprise sales manager. It means your job would be to go and get the business from another business. So technically the product or services what is being offered by the company is from B2B, business to business. So if you're trying to target a certain kind of a businesses to get your leads, to get your sales, then you should be knowing what tools, what technologies you should do or use to generate your leads, right? So very interesting one, right? So if you know right now due to COVID, nobody's off working and everybody is trying to work from their home or work from home, or they're having a limited commute, right? So in this situation, if you go and today and try to meet people uh, in the expos or through certain conferences, but it is certainly going to be difficult because lead generation in that is certainly going to be very tough. Nobody's offering, nobody's trying to meet you. Then the only resort right now for you is to go and depend your life on a digital marketing. So as a digital marketing manager or as a manager of sales, you are certainly expected to know the tricks and tactics to generate leads through online platform. You should be knowing what platforms are good for you to get your audiences, where you can find your customers, where you can find your prospect, and if you're able to find those prospect on certain platforms, then what all marketing strategies you are going to adopt, execute to go and acquire the leads. Right? And if and I'm telling you, if you are not a person who do not know about digital marketing, who do not know how to generate leads through online platform, then trust me, this is certainly not going to be very, very uh, great opportunity for you. You would be struggling very, very heavily. And if you think that you have got a great sales team and you can really push them and being on back of their mind every time, it is not going to work because the team also expect the team leader to know how the things are being done. If by any point of time you think your teams are not able to generate good quality of lead, quantity of a lead, then you being as a manager, you should be knowing where is the bottleneck. Either you are not getting a lead or the lead what you're getting is not qualified. So how do you take a decision to really counter attack to these two problems areas from a team member who's coming to you and raising your hands? And in that case, if you do this, if you do not know and put the ball into the teammates' court, saying that it's your responsibility, you should do it, do whatever you want to do, it will not solve the purpose. And trust me, it will certainly not reflect as a great manager capability you're carrying. Right? So in case you really want to know uh, how to do digital marketing, how to use a digital marketing platform to do a lead generation, certainly you can come back to me and you can put me a message or email me. I would be guiding you, or you can take up our program wherein we teach very exclusively for the people from different industries. And if they want to make up the career, they want to learn about the digital marketing landscape, we should be able to handhold you pretty well. All right, let's move on. Now, the second part of the job was the pre-sales. Now, this is in sales, you got to see three stages basically: the pre-sales, post-sales, and the sales. So pre-sales, any activity which you do before the sale is going to take place. Post-sales, so after the sales has been done, then what is that you are going to do to uh, make the customer feel happy or better, whatever you want to do. Right? Let's look at a situation. Now, pre-sales, it is a situation wherein you're able to identify a prospect. Now, the prospect has not become a customer till now, and from a prospect to making him a customer, there is a journey. Now, that journey has to be has to be carried out. You as a salesman, you have to really make that prospect to move through that journey, and you have to make them to go from a prospect to a sales funnel or make him a customer. So if you look at the current situation of technology and non-technology both, right now, if you're a sales manager and your teams come, sir, I got a great prospect, right? Then what is the next step you do? You go and try to qualify the prospect in terms of whether the prospect knows about your product, whether the problem what prospect is having, your product is certainly going to help it up. The prospect has got the capacity to afford your product. The customer or the prospect is really very, very serious and he or she is willing to invest in the coming 3 4 weeks or in a month or maybe a couple of months. Basis that you classify them hot, warm, and cold prospect, right? Now this whole thing of prospecting, if The prospect what you got is a not a hot customer. He's a warm. It means he is showing interest but not sure when he's going to buy. Then your pre-sales certainly come into the picture, and that is how you do the hand holding by pushing the right content, try to excite them, you try to invite them to webinar, you show them the product video, all right, you do a Q&A session with them, all right. Or maybe if you're a technology guy, you give them a demonstration of the product, give them a trial to experience the product, and that is how you nurture that lead. And the day you feel the prospect is happy with your demonstration, the prospect is really liking your product, the prospect is coming back with the more additional questions which you think are really fitting to his requirement, and you're able to satisfy them at each and every point, you are going to get a signal. The signal is positive, right? And that is where this whole thing what you got to see is being done by the pre-sales champ. Now, what if the situation was not being handled by a digital marketing guy? Then how you would be handling the pre-sales job? The least we can do, you can send an email. The least you can do, can give a call. The best other thing you can do, you can go and do a physical face-to-face meeting. But beyond that, what else you can do? So maybe you did a meeting one time, or maybe two times within a month span of 2 months or 1 month. You send them a quotation, you send them an RFQ, you send them a product CD, brochure for them to look at. But beyond that, what? How do you motivate? How do you motivate the influencer in the company and the decision maker? Right? Certainly, it is going to be a very, very tedious task being in a non-digital platforms. But if you're on digital platform, you've got ample opportunities to handle it very efficiently. Right? I can tell you, you can use the marketing automation tools to handle this pre-sales job. Believe me, if you're able to invest good amount of time is thinking about the journey through what all stages your prospect has to move on, and at every stage you're able to convince them, and you're able to see their cues, you're able to see the signals whatever they are giving to you. If you see the signals are positive, move to the next and next, and your every step is able to bring them back to the nearest closing sales point. At any point of time you see the customer is being deviated, not coming to your you're not getting positive signal, then you are going to go and do the brainstorming what else you can do in terms of putting the content which is going to be satisfying his need. Now this whole process is called as a the pre-sales job. And pre-sales job, certainly I am 100% confident that digital marketing can do wonders for your pre-sales activities. Right? Because at the end of the day, you just try to look at another way. Apart from the physical connect, what else you're giving to your prospect? Right? You're just going to give them, because when I see see somebody, you're certainly going to give them peace of mind if the guy feels happy, and you really make them at a comfort. But the end of the, if you look at it, the people are really, if I look at the companies like Infosys, Wipro, TCS, they are driven by a process of acquiring a software. They've got certain set of questions, got certain set of requirements which are already being defined. If your product is able to fit all those requirements, then your product is going to be considered by the COE team, Center of Excellence team. If it does not fit, you're not. So if you look at that situation, so if you're trying to push your product to Infosys Technologies, then certainly you are going to create a content which is really going to address all those pain points which the company has already been listed. So those things are going to be addressed by you creating a required document. So in those situations, in those companies, the salesperson is just going to help in maintaining a relationship, not nothing beyond that. Please understand, the salesman is only going to help you in creating or building a relationship with a person to person. But if you're trying to convince people basis that a set of requirements, then certainly your documentation is going to be the most important thing. What if If you go and try to sell a product in fee, and the head of the department, they ask you an ROI statement, right? Can you, can your product, if you go and invest in your technology, in your product, it is going to help us or give us a peace of mind for coming 10, 20 years. Can you justify the ROI? So in that case, you, whatever you go and talk, you are certainly going to give them a ROI statement. It means you are going to make them, if you invest X amount, after 10 years, you are able to save X plus Y amount. You're able to recover your money what you're invested, right? So that is also being based on a certain kind of a data and calculation. So my point is, which I'm trying to say right now, in this kind of situation, which is certainly going to change the entire landscape of sales. So people have to be tech savvy. You have to go and depend your life on a marketing automation tools, and then try to embed the technologies into the sales process. As I said, the pre-sales can be fully populated through your marketing automation platforms, right? And then, in fact, not only pre-sale, in fact, post-sales as well. Because in post-sale, what really customer wants, customer, right? From prospect to customer. Once you got a customer, you're going to handhold him further. For what purpose? For you to get the recurring business from the same organization. In Infosys, now product has gone into a CPG department, consumer packaged good. Now you want to move into the to the Finacle division, or you want to move back to the retail, right? So your job is to go and try to find out more people within the organization and try to replicate the model. That is where the business development team guy comes into the picture. His job is to go and penetrate his footprints within the organization to spread their presence. Certainly, in those kind of situations, the relationship manager or maybe the sales manager who is supposed to build the relationship is able to do a job, a nice job. But if you look at another way around, if you're able to do the same, you're able to do the same thing through digital platform as well. Once you're able to map one of a company into selling a product, right? We also have what in digital marketing where we call it references, right? It is good. People give references. Or if you really want to see, go on a similar platform. If I, for example, if I got one Mr. Keshav on Infosys, I just go his look at his LinkedIn profile. And when I see people who have visited Mr. Keshav's profile have also visited some other profiles as well. So it becomes a point of reference for me to go and connect with those people as well on LinkedIn and initiate a conversation. Got it? The only difference here, probably you might say, if I am connected to Keshav on a level 1 connection on LinkedIn, and another connection which I see is my level 3 or maybe a level 2, then I can ask for a reference on a LinkedIn result to, hey, I will ask Keshav, can you help me connect with XYZ guy? I could see he's on a LinkedIn and I really want to initiate my conversation. Please help me out. It is the same process what you do being in a physical place. Right? So if you try to look at it in a very critical way, you're able to do the same thing what you've been doing in a physical way. You're able to do it on a digital platform. Now, what is the beauty? More faster. You're able to save your resources in terms of your expenses of traveling, your commute and everything. And you are able to be more systematic and organized in your approach. Right? So I personally feel that this is the high time you should start spending time in learning the digital technologies, digital marketing to learn, because sales landscape is certainly going to change. You could see right now in this job requirement, it is very clearly mentioned that they are expecting people to know the digital marketing. They should be able to manage the digital marketing team, right? So indications are very clear. So you have to really buckle up yourself and learn the digital platforms, right? Let's look at another job requirement. Now this time I'm seeing a job which is coming from inside sales specialist job in Bangalore. This is prolific HR. Let's look at this job. All right, so dear candidate, warm greeting from prolific HR consultant called Sneha. All right, what they say? Minimum 6 months experience in a BPO industry. Okay, the employee would be responsible for providing assistance to our customers who are interested in availing rented properties. So this looks like for a real estate company is the employee has to coordinate with the buyers and sellers. The agent need to maintain utmost professionalism while interacting with the both teams. So this is purely a telecalling job, purely tele. So this I will not really call into the real sales work because you are just trying to handle or manage the certain stuff of sales. Growth lead, sales, cash free. This is a company called Cash Free. Let's look at this one. 1 to 8 years of experience, skills required, product marketing, channel sales, sales. Very interesting job. So there, if you see, this is a product-based company, and if I look at the channel sales, they follow the channel method of promoting the product or marketing the product. Okay, and the company domain is fintech. Is a financial technology company. As a cash free, we are building innovative solutions in payment and banking for Indian businesses. Payment and banking for Indian business. Please make a note. We are fast growing, profitable, and based out of Bangalore. Cash free is backed by Y Combinator and other leading investors. Learn more about us at cashfree.com. We are looking for business development specialist. The role involves selling the product to the medium and large sized businesses across vertical. Very interesting, right? I'm reading it one more time for you. The job involves selling the product to medium and large sized businesses. So pure and plain simple, it is again a B2B business model wherein if you go and join this company, you would be selling their product to other businesses, small and medium businesses, right? You are certainly on, you are not going to the bigger companies, small and medium enterprises. The role involves complete responsibility of the sales pipeline, right? From lead generation to closure. Remember, I talked about the same process. You got a prospect, could be hot, warm, and cold, and your job is to convert them into a sale. That is what is called as a sales pipeline. So technically, from if you got a lead which is a cold, from cold you have to convert the lead into a warm, from warm hot, and then sale will take place. Right? Lies with the prospects, explain, demo the product, and prospect follow the follow up where required, share customer inputs and product team to job company to pay, so on and so forth. All right, so if you are expected to perform this job, again the challenge is very similar like what we talked about earlier. Here also you would be expected to generate a lead, number one. Number two would be once you are able to got a lead, qualify the lead and put the lead into a sales funnel, and then you have to go and close the sale, right? Very similar job. So again, the challenge for you would be very similar thing. Where do you find the companies? Where do you find the people in the companies? And you start your lead generation process. If you follow the old methodology of going on a field and try to knock door to door, I'm sorry, it won't work in today's time. So again, you have to learn the art of generating the leads through digital platforms. No substitute. The times are gone. If the company says that we have already got a good amount of leads and we have been generating leads from a couple of years, then I tell you, guaranteed, out of those leads, hardly 30% of leads would be good for you. Rest 70% of leads would be of no use. Because as per one of the normal survey, it has been found that on an average within every 6 months, your at least 40% of your leads decay. They do not exist. They die. Right? So that is why if you see some of the good database companies, I mean, if I talk about something like the Dun Bradstreet, DNB, they constantly they keep on qualifying their leads. They validate their contact details, the email ID, and other details, whatever they've acquired. They've got a complete set of people, processes that are involved in maintaining the lead quality. And that's why DNB leads are super duper costly. They are not at all, they are not at all cheap. right? But if I look at this particular company, they cannot afford to have a very costly lead, right? So for them, the only platform I could see right now is to go please and try to learn the art of how to generate a lead through searches, right? So from searching platform, how to generate lead through social media platforms, and thirdly, how once you're able to got some lead, how you can really nurture those leads into a sales by using the marketing automation platforms. This is all you need to run your business, to run your job successfully. Otherwise, trust me, the life is not really very simple. Sales job is certainly, it is a hardcore pressure job, right? But if you do not know about these things, certainly your life is certainly not going to be very, very easy. So I strongly recommend, if you've not started learning digital marketing, being in the sales or any other job, if you're into business development or into sales job or whatever sales activities you're doing, it is mandatory now that you should be having the idea, you should be having the knowledge, working knowledge I'm talking about, to do the whole process what you've been doing earlier in an offline way. You have to learn the online method right now. All right. All right, super. So on the same note, I'm certainly wrapping up the session right now. And in case you've got any queries and question, you can always come back to me, and you can call me if you want. My number is very simple to remember. It's 9886 842 386. All right. Thank you very much for being with me. See you again. Bye bye.